Alrighty everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about the Pokemon that I would consider to be the most underrated Pokemon in Gen 9 competitive scene as of right now. So, it is Sableye. Now, I've got a lot to talk about this Pokemon specifically, but first we're just going to go to it at the Pokemon database, so I can talk just a little about it, in case if you don't know what it is, but you probably should know what it is if you're even wondering anything about the competitive scene. So basically, he doesn't have any impressive stats. That's not really what we're working with here. We're working with his types and his ability and the moves that he has as access. So basically, he only has one weakness. It's Fairy. He is immune to 3 types and resists 1 type. Already, he has an incredibly good type matchup against almost everything in this competitive scene, because there are only a few fairy types that are being used, and they're not even that good. And one of them you don't even use for attacking. It's a Grimmsnarl. You use that for setting up Reflex and stuff. You don't even use fairy type moves very commonly. So let's go down here and take a look at the moves. The big thing here is Quash and Fake Out. Those are like the 2 big things. So Quash is a move that I don't ever see on, I don't even think Grimmsnarl can learn it. And the other prankster Pokemon that is being used besides Grimmsnarl is Murkrow. And those are the 2 most common prankster Pokemon. Now, if you use Sableye, he is also prankster, which is basically the whole edge you get here. So let's go over here and look at this. As you can see, Fluttermane is number 1 fairy type. It's the only fairy Pokemon that you have to deal with. The only one. And its speed is 135. There are plenty of options that can be faster than Fluttermane and knock it out in 1 hit. Its defense is so low with a 55. Any physical attacking Pokemon, easy KO. And also, the thing too is that if it has a Focus Sash, which I'm pretty sure people use, Focus Sash, very high. Use Fake Out with Sableye on the Fluttermane, double hit it. Okay, then if you keep checking down, oh, I don't see really any fairy types. Here, let's just look up fairy. Grimmsnarl is the 2nd most common fairy type, and it's not even in the top 10%. So basically, nothing is going to be 1-hit KOing your Sableye. Nothing will, because you're going to put all your EVs into his defense. Okay, so now let's go over to my Sableye here. What I did is I put the Bright Powder on him because that way he will avoid some attacks, because it's the only way that you can avoid moves. There's Double Team is banned. But basically, it makes the opponent's accuracy less. It makes it 0.9 instead of normal or whatever when they attack you. So you never have to worry about, well, you kind of have to worry, but you have to worry less about them hitting you, especially for moves like Hydro Pump and stuff like that that have low accuracy. So up first we got Quash. It's a great move. Basically what it does is it makes the opponent go last. Fake Out, you can only use it the first turn, but it makes the opponent flinch. Now Will-O-Wisp is what I chose for a status move, but Thunder Wave is like the 2nd option that you should probably go with here. The reason why I do Will-O-Wisp is because when you burn the opponent, it makes them do half the amount of damage that they normally would. And if you paralyze them, it slows them down. And I would rather have them do less damage than slow them down, even though there are some fire Pokemon that are getting in the way, and I might change it. And then lastly, Sucker Punch. And the reason why I chose this is because he's so slow, you're never going to be able to get a hit off. The Sucker Punch allows you to go first if the opponent is going to attack. Now, the specific reason why I find this to be so important is because Dragapult, he has a very low defense stat. And a lot of times, you wouldn't have a bulky one, because that doesn't really make any sense. He's meant for attack. And one Sucker Punch can bring almost every Dragapult that I've gone against below 50% health. So you can take out a Dragapult in 2 hits with your Sableye. And a Dragon Darts will not KO your Sableye, even if both of them hit you. you just barely survive. Now the EVs, you're going to want to max out the defense and the special defense. I've just put in a little bit of HP because you'll only have so much left over. And I put the nature as sassy because that boosts your special defense and reduces your speed. And as we've already gone over, the speed stat doesn't matter because your Sableye is always going to be going first turn. Now, the other Pokemon that people have been using as a support Pokemon have been basically just Amoonguss and Murkrow, but even Murkrow has been dropping really fast in popularity because he's not very fast and he's not strong. But Amoonguss is your biggest threat for opposing teams' support Pokemon right now, but I'm sure that more people will start using Sableye soon, so you might want to try to come up with a way to counter him. The only way that I could think of a way to counter Sableye would be to try to wait until like the second turn and then attack him second turn, double attack him, or try to do something that's a lot of damage, wipe him off the board really fast, because he will mess around with your plans, foil it really easily. He doesn't have many resistances, so most attacks are going to do neutral damage. So those are all things to take into consider.